Look, I talk about this module a lot, but that's because blandness of gear that seems to be kind of built into the game. This player lost their mind over this, but there was something powerful in this seemingly irrelevant detail. It is our ultimate responsibility as dungeon masters, and it's such a precious gift to give to our players. Gear sucks in D&D. It's boring, it's dull, and players never think about their gear beyond the mechanical aspects of it. That's lame. Here's how to fix that. Welcome creators, I am Holistic Dungeon Master and I help DMs master their craft with helpful videos like this one, where I show you how you can make your players' gear important to them, beyond the mere mechanical value, and the hidden benefit of doing so that will leave your players craving the next session. You'll find out exactly what this benefit is near the end of the video. If you're enjoying my content so far, then like the video, crit the subscribe button and notification bell. Now let's get rolling! You find a longsword. Nice. Said one of my players who had just looted a hobgoblin. They didn't say with much enthusiasm though. Why would they? It's just a regular old longsword. They could easily buy one back in Phandalin, and it gave them only really a minor increase to their damage output of their previous weapon. We were all playing Lost Mine of Phandelver. It's a great module. I'm sure many of you are familiar with it. And Look, I talk about this module a lot, but that's because at one point I was running 3 separate games of it a week simultaneously. So many of the DM lessons that I learned came from this specific module. I was a new DM and I didn't think much more about this blandness of gear that seems to be kind of built into the game until the monk found a staff. This wasn't any old staff though, no. Now it wasn't technically magical, but it is described as being carved with feathers and being light as a feather. This player lost their mind over this. They instantly disregarded, threw away their old staff in favor of this one. But why? It didn't give them any extra damage and it didn't make them quicker in combat despite its ability. It was just some added flavor, but they immediately connected on a much deeper level with it. And in future sessions, they referenced its appearance a lot, and they even found some interesting ways to make use of its lightness out of combat. I took notice of this and I immediately thought that there was something powerful in this seemingly irrelevant detail to this fairly mundane weapon. So I began to experiment, very successfully I might add, and in the process I've learned some wonderful ways to really spice up gear in D&D, and a hidden benefit in doing so that I never expected. Let me show you. Before we get into the video any further, I'd just like to give a huge shout out to my Patreon subscribers. I really appreciate the support you're giving this channel, and it will help me make better content in the future. More info about how you can support the channel at the end of the video. That was just one weapon with a unique flair, but the monk got so much enjoyment out of it. Why stop there? You can add a unique flavor to almost any piece of gear. Actually, I'll just say it, to any piece of gear, and it doesn't have to be just weapons or armor. What about their tools? What about their clothes, jewelry, torches, backpacks, bedrolls, hells? Even their cookpot could have something unique and fun about it. Maybe there's an engraving of a herring on it and it gives everything a slightly fishy aftertaste. Now you're really giving it flavor. Maybe one of their backpacks get ruined and they have to buy a new one, but the only ones available in the closest town are made entirely out of garish tartan. What if their dice sets are carved from a meteorite that fell from the stars and have strange and mesmerizing patterns on them? In game, you can satisfy their inner dice goblin. I'm sure that you can think of fun and unique items already, so please start posting them in the comments down below. Now these things have a story. Now those previously mundane items inspire roleplay between the party or other characters. Your exceptionally creative players might even find a way to use their unique characteristics to their benefit. It draws them deeper into the game, connects them to the items within it in fun and sometimes exciting and unexpected ways to their gear, right? But there's a way you can make your games feel even more personal and unique to your party by taking this just a step further. There is a reason people spend a lot of time on character creation. I'm sure many of you currently, this might date the video a bit, but I'm sure many of you currently are playing Baldur's Gate 3 and enjoying it thoroughly. And I'm sure, I know that many of you have spent a couple, or maybe even a few, maybe even 10 hours getting your character appearance just right. We humans love personalization. We want to be unique and we want to be seen as unique. It also gives us a level of control over our things when many aspects of our lives outside of the game might be vastly out of our control. And your players are no different, so why not let them customize their stuff? I had a player who recently wanted to buy a calligrapher's set for another player. Nice gesture, right? So I gave them a choice when they went to buy them, right? I gave them a choice of 3 sets of calligrapher's tools, and each one was made of different combinations of materials, nibs and accents made of different metals, quills with feathers from different birds. Now, that player had to think about what they know about the other player's PC, and they made a decision based on what they thought that player character would like the most. And when their character received this lovely and thoughtful gift, they were over the moon. Of course they were. Now, they don't just have a set of calligrapher's stationaries, they have their set of calligraphers' stationaries. Now, whenever they scribe something, they're going to be imagining their character using this set instead of just thinking of it as some abstraction that gets them a result, and they'll be thinking of the player that gave it to them. Such a nice gesture. Both players are now in the game thinking about these things instead of just being at the table, describing to and listening what happens. What a powerful and lovely touch for your players. And again, you can do this with arms and armaments too. I am positive that some of your wonderful DM minds are already brimming with personalization possibilities. So please place some of them down in the comments. I'd really love to, and I'm sure everyone watching would really love to see what you come up with. I think you're beginning now to see how powerful this is for engaging your players and inspiring interactions between them, right? And the world. We are getting closer now. A little bit closer to that hidden benefit, but there is one more step we can take to make your players feel that they and their items are important, instead of it being just a one and done nice thing that is forgotten about. There's a way that we can deepen this connection between your players and their unique, personalized stuff. There's a very powerful way to keep it all relevant. Have NPCs comment on their gear. If one of your players chooses a specific set of jewelry out of the options you gave them, have an NPC comment on it. Maybe it's a compliment, maybe it's an insult to their taste in fashion. Whatever it is, you can craft whole interactions that might even develop into gained allies, enemies, rivals, or even full-blown adventures. What if a group of dwarves became very, very upset and angry with the player with the tartan backpack, as that particular pattern and color of tartan represents their clan, and no one else should be wearing it? Or if a particular piece of jewelry picked out by your player is a highly sought after piece, and there's a ruthless collector out there who will stop at nothing to add it to their collection. As always, the only limit to the possibilities is your dungeon master creativity, and by doing this, you'll have made your players feel as though their character choices, even the seemingly small ones, carry weight in your world, and they will understand that to you, they and their characters are important. You'll find my video about why making them feel important is crucially important right there. No, there. So, have you puzzled it out? I'm sure some of you have. The hidden benefit to this personalized touch to your player's gear. Let me explain. All of this, the unique flair to the mundane gear and items that your party finds, the personalized choices they make about the items they buy or choose, and the NPCs showing interest in these choices, it all serves a deeper purpose. Sure, taken separately, they're all very nice touches. They are, that your players will very much appreciate, but when used together, holistically, they massively deepen player immersion. It's so important. I keep saying it here on the channel. It is, to my mind, and I just think that this is true, is the most important thing about running a great game of D&D for your players, is giving them a deep sense of immersion. It's the best thing that you can do for your players, to immerse them fully into this world, and this is just another way to deepen it. They're playing your game to escape, right? To leave their worries, politics, fears, doubts of the real world behind and become lost, utterly lost in a fantasy world, your fantasy world, where they can slay monsters, save the world, and change it for the better, or worse, depending on what kind of party you're running for. Whatever it is, they want to have impact. And deep immersion is how we give them that. It is our ultimate responsibility as dungeon masters, and it's such a precious gift to give to our players. But how else can we deepen that coveted immersion? Well, by dropping in NPCs that your players resonate with on a deep level, of course. So I've written a bunch of system-neutral, story-focused, archetypal NPCs with no stats or mechanics based on highly relatable archetypes straight from the depths of the human psyche. I'm giving it away for free and you'll find it down in the description below. Also down in the description, you'll find the link to my community Discord server where we can hang out, discuss the game, you can meet other DMs who love D&D and other players. Too, we're also running kind of improv events to help each other get better at improv, and there'll be more events in the future, so hop right in there and join the fun. You've heard a lot from me, now I want to hear from you. In fact, we all do. Please get typing in the comments down below and let us know, how do you intend to add little personal touches to the gear that your party encounters in your games, and how will it lead to interesting encounters? Do you do this already? If so, does it work for you and your party? Let us all know so we can foster this community of DMs who really help each other hone their craft. If you've watched this video up until now, then you are the DM that I make these videos for, someone who is truly dedicated to mastering the craft and being the best DM that they can be. So, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Please like, share with another DM who you think could benefit from adding little personal touches. If you'd like to support me and this channel even further, you'll find the link to my Patreon down below, where you can really have an input to what content is made on this channel and really tailor it to your needs. But if you'd like a lovely free way to support the channel, then please crit the subscribe button and notification bell, and remember, this world needs good DMs.